Okay, for this week's discussion, you're going to be dealing with profit. And the formula for profit is profit equals revenue minus cost. Now, if you have a business, um, you're going to have some costs to running that business. And let's say, I don't know, let's say it's a pizza business. Well, you got to have the ingredients. So you got to buy ingredients to make your pizza. You got to have employees to make the pizza, deliver the pizza. You got to have a space, a kitchen to make it. You got electricity you got to pay for, water you got to pay for. There's all sorts of costs, in running a business. Well, the revenue is the amount of money you bring in from, in this case, selling the pizza. And you want to make more money selling the pizzas than you do spending money to run the business. That way you have a profit. The profit is the extra money left over. Now, if you spend, let's say, if you let's say you only bring in $200 on your pizzas, but that night it cost you $300 to run your business, you're looking at negative 100. You're not making money, you're losing money. So your revenue better be larger than your cost. All right, if it's the other way around, if you bring in 300 and you only spend 200, now we're looking at a profit of $100. Make sense? Okay, so, and a fun fact about me, I actually went to high school with John Schnatter. Papa John's? Yeah. I was a class of 82, he was a class of 80. Jeff High, Jeffersonville, Indiana, right across the river from Louisville. Anyway, so that is profit. Okay, now let's say for a certain company you are told that the cost for producing X items, in this case pizza, is 40X plus 300. But the revenue for selling them is 80X minus 0.5X squared. So if you're asked to come up with the profit function, I'm just going to use P for profit. That is equal to the revenue minus the cost. And we were told that the revenue is green. That's going to go right here. The revenue is green, and our revenue is 80X minus 0.5X squared. And then the cost, purple, goes right here, right? Cost was purple, and cost was 40X plus 300. Now, in order to give a pretty answer for profit, you want to get rid of these parentheses. And I needed the parentheses because cost was a binomial, 40X plus 300, and you're going to subtract the entire thing. So it has to go in parentheses if it's behind the subtraction sign. The revenue, I didn't really need to put it in parentheses, but because technically it's like a positive 1 right here. And then 1 times all of this is just all of that. But back here, it's like you're distributing a negative 1. And a negative 1 times a positive 40X is a negative 40X. And a negative 1 times a positive 300 is a negative 300. And now all I have to do is combine like terms, and since I'm an algebraian, I'm going to put it in descending order. So it's nice, algebraically pleasing to the eye. And the highest exponent is this guy. So he would go first. I'd have a negative 0.5x squared. Then I've got a 40x here and a negative 40x there. That would combine to be a positive 40x. And then all I have left is this negative 300, so he just goes right here. So my final answer without all the color would be profit equals negative 0.5x squared plus 40x minus 300. And remember, X is it's the cost for producing X items. So X is the number of pizzas you produce. So if you produced, 500 pizzas, you plug it into that formula, it's going to tell you what kind of a profit you would have. So that's basically the profit equals revenue minus cost function that you'll be dealing with in your discussion board this week. So I hope that helps explain that a little bit.